Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. My name is George Wright III, here every weekday morning with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education so that you can get your day started and have an amazing life. Today I want to start with the quote of the day, and the quote of the day is by Malcom Forbes, and it says, "Failure is success if we learn from it." Failure is success if we learn from it. I really love that because I know that it's hard to focus on failure, but most successful people will tell you that the more you fail, the faster you fail, the more success you're going to have. So that's a great quote. Now, I wanted to talk to you about a thought I had just the other day. It's kind of about becoming obsessed with your path. And here's how I kind of got started on it. Most of my life, I've heard the phrase, success is a journey, not a destination. You've probably heard that. It's also been something very difficult for me because I'm a passionate, driven entrepreneur. It's hard for me to understand that, success is just a journey, not a destination. Sure, I've adopted and heard all the other statements and thoughts that are, kicked around. You've probably heard things like learn to enjoy the ride or find joy in the process, not just the end goal. Or I even have a little plaque on my desk that says focus on the little things because one day they will become the big things. But, I've also found that the end goal is really what motivates me the most, right? The reward, recognition, and personal satisfaction of achieving more than just the journey, but the end goal is what it drives my actions and results on a typical day. So it's been very difficult to reconcile how to continue to dream build and create a vision of the future that drives me while trying to find just passion for the present moment. I mean, slowing down for the present moment, but passion for the present moment in the process is really a tough thing. Maybe you've struggled with this as well. I've mentioned many times, don't let your vision of the future rob you of the joy of the present. But it is a difficult juggling act. But, just the other day, I heard a thought on another podcast. I can't remember which one it was, but it really rang home for me on this whole topic. And I wanted to kind of share my thoughts with you. A few ideas and suggestions as well as I look back on my life and things that I've done. And the thought was this: if you could find a way to become obsessed with the path, then maybe focusing on the path would be easier and create more happiness for you as well. As much as we find the obsession with our goal and our dream building, becoming obsessed with the path can help us do this. It's just a slight variation of the idea, and, we should enjoy the process. But it got me thinking that a way to become obsessed, passionate, and focused, on the path is really the thing that you've got to focus on. It's the thing that you've got to try to create. So rather than just becoming grateful for the process, or finding ways to motivate myself to like and enjoy the process or the road to success, I think the real key is to actually build a process or build a path that you truly, truly get excited about, right? And that requires, and that's going to sort of require you to be intentional with your focus and really be focused on what you have for your intent. So, looking back, I believe there's many, many times that I've actually unconsciously created a path that I could become obsessed with in my life, kind of unconsciously. But that has always led me to massive success when I've really enjoyed and become obsessed with the past. So I've done this in the past, and I wanted to kind of identify times I've done that and what I've done and start applying it more. And I'm trying to do that more and more now, and I recommend you do the same. But what we're talking about is consciously building a path that you could get passionate about. And there's a lot of ways that you could do this, but if you do this, you're going to create much more results. So what I'm suggesting is that you personally craft your path, your process, and you become more and more passionate and obsessed with that rather than just your goal. So how do we do this? Well, my experience has shown me that it requires several key ingredients, and then it requires the structure and discipline to kind of come along with it. But creating your best life is going to require a game plan. So here's 2 suggestions I have for you. Number 1, make sure your path is aligned with your unique talent. This is focusing your activities around stuff that you're excellent at and passionate about. Too many of us are working jobs or running businesses we just don't enjoy and we're not excellent at. We're doing this just to make a check. You've got to align your path with your unique talent. Second, make sure that your end goal or your vision is aligned with your actual talents, because it doesn't make sense to create success and opportunity in an area that ultimately you don't want to end up doing. If you do this despite the money and the opportunity, if your end goal is not something you want to do, your subconscious mind and your heart is going to be working against you. I've had this happen in several businesses that I've made amazing money at, and I've reached some great levels of accomplishment, but ultimately just not things that I was happy doing or running or being part of. Not because they weren't legitimately helping people and these businesses weren't creating a lot of success, but it was not something that I was ultimately passionate about. So the two things that I'm kind of highlighting here is make sure that you're on a path that is your unique talent, and make sure that your end goal, that your ladder is up against the right wall, right? Make sure your end goal is actually something you do want to end up doing. So also, I think it's important, I mentioned a little bit about the structure and discipline, but you've got to have a few things added to your path that are going to help you become more focused and obsessed and passionate. I'll give you a couple things. Create some structure and discipline around your daily schedule. The more structure, the better. Create firm accountability and feedback from mentors. If you don't have any accountability to anyone, then you're just off on an island trying to accomplish things and you won't have that feedback. Also create detailed tracking and reporting. You've got to have these KPIs, what we call key performance indicators. And when you do that, it allows you to be much more relaxed because you know the business is being monitored, right? Also, get periodic evaluations of your results. You've got to be able to analyze whether you're making progress or not. Don't just be operating in an area you're excellent and passionate about and not be going forward, right? And then also create incentive and rewards for yourself along the way. Find some ways to motivate yourself along the way. Minor wins, minor, incentives and rewards for yourself. When you add all these kinds of disciplines to your path and your daily processes, it'll definitely help you to relax and focus more on the present moment because you know your business, your life, your job, whatever it is, active, passive income, it's being tracked and it's being taken care of. Most of us are constantly, trying to stay on top of our life and our business. But when you put processes and indicators and structure in place, it gives a little bit less pressure. It removes that off your shoulders and allows you to spend more time with the people you're around, with the tasks you're working on, and you'll be much more productive, obviously, when you're focused. So, it's my goal and my wish for you that you're gonna start creating and living the life you were meant to live. But I think if you'll do this by creating a path that you can be completely obsessed and passionate about, rather than just the end goal that you're obsessed and passionate about, I think that's something that can really help you to enjoy life, be more fulfilled, and get a ton more results. I hope these thoughts have helped you. They've definitely helped me. I hope you have an amazing day. I look forward to talking with you a little bit more tomorrow.